Hello again and welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. You're still watching Marietta College Esports, and I am still Matt Williamson. But as we see here, we do not have Vincent Anderson from our Overwatch match.
Quentin Shields, main tank for Overwatch team and just coming out of a victory.
Yeah, so congratulations to our Overwatch team for a very strong win. It was a 3-0 win against Brighton and Stratton College. But now we're going to get ready for some Rainbow Six. So let me give you the roster. This is going to be our Rainbow Six white team that will be playing here. So tonight, I believe, if I remember correctly, we'll have our captain, freshman Donnie Waters, Luke at the Dawn, freshman Brett McGinnigan, Goji Rex 99, freshman Chris Permy, Justify. I can't remember who's not going to be here. I think they said Levi's not going to be here. But freshman Haley Newman, seeing Azura, is going to be here, and senior Yinzing Wang, Rico Rodriguez will be playing. Yeah, so we're getting the lobby set up, and just as a reminder, because of Collegiate R6 rules, we cannot do the overview third-party spectate, so we are going to be using a system called NDI to be able to see what's going on. Now, we just put this on a new computer. There may be some technical difficulties, so we apologize if that does happen. We do have some video, and hopefully the audio is working. But everyone's already in lobby, and they're already starting up. So we're going to go ahead and get right to this. Did I mention we're playing Ohio State? I don't think I actually mentioned that we're
I don't think.
No, we have not mentioned. By the way, we are playing The Ohio State University. I believe it is their second team, and the transition didn't work right. Let's try this. There we go. All right, now let me see if I can get the audio set up here, because I don't think I had it set up ahead of time. So it should be that. Okay, I hear a little bit of audio.
I hear some.
There we go. Yeah, this is just the band phase right now. And then let me get... There we go. Now we can see the whole thing. So Mary, it looks like Ohio State banned Thatcher, and we are playing on Oregon for map 1. So interesting choices so far. So Marietta went out to do their bans, and they're going to go with the Monty. Okay, I can hear audio, so I think it's working. You guys in the chat, if you're having any trouble, please let us know. But just be aware that we're still on a 3-minute delay. So if you say something, and then we'll respond to it, but it'll just be 3 minutes from when you say it in chat. Okay, so far Thatcher and Monty are banned. It looks like Malusi is going to be banned. No, Mira. I saw this like Malusi and I thought, oh, it's going to be Malusi. But no. They juked me with the Mira ban.
Oregon. Okay, I'm now zoning in. I was texting people about the game. The game I just played, and Rainbow Six is live now, so I was not paying too close attention. But Oregon with a Thatcher Monty bans on attack. Those are both highly used characters for this map, and Mira and Malusi are also the same.
So if Marietta's not going to ban Malusi, Ohio State will. All right, so this is part of the Collegiate R6 competition. This is a best of 3, so we may be here for a couple hours, just depending on how things go. But that's okay. You're here. We're here. We're having a good time. Right? We're having a good time. We're having a good time.
I mean, I believe so.
Okay.
I didn't play the best, but we hang off a 1, so I'm not going to complain about it.
All right, so we see Marietta is going with the Ash, Sophia, Sledge, Thermite, and Ike. Interesting, they're going to go with the IQ. I mean, maybe they're just going to do it because they're expecting the bandits?
See, now I'm questioning that because they paused and thought about changing their operator, but then they did it in the end. And we talked about IQ several times as being a questionable pick, except for a couple of reasons. Like, those are very specific situations.
Up the volume just a little bit of the game audio so it's easy to hear. There we go. Yeah, once again, just as a reminder, we're only going to be able to see it from one player's perspective because we have the NDI set up for that one player. So we are going to be watching the entire game from Azura. Which will be good because I don't think we actually had a chance to see her on stream. So this is the first time she's going to be featured on Marietta Esports. No pressure.
I mean, I told her beforehand that I'll be watching and I'll give her hell afterwards. So.
But yeah, that's all good. All right, so the round has begun. So Marietta will be on offense first. So they're just check for cameras and spawn peaks. Now, I believe this is Ohio State's white team, so I don't think it's their A team. Which is fair because this is not our A team either. So it's kind of a clash of the B teams.
Already active. If it runs on batteries, I'll see it.
I don't know. I'm kind of glad there's not multiple teams for Overwatch because it's like less people that I have to worry about getting their names right when it's towards the beginning of the semester, learning everyone. But
I think in NACE you can have multiple teams actually.
In NACE?
Yeah, I think we could have. Because I believe there are a couple schools that have more than one team in the competition. They're just in different groups, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case.
I'll say it took Marietta about their first minute to actually get inside the building.
I don't think it didn't take like super long, but I mean, time isn't. They got about the round's about halfway over. Seeing Azura does see some shots at her. Just trying to see if anyone's through there. Most likely not. We do see Goji Rek does end up going down.
Minute left in the clock.
They are taking their time now. They do have 50 seconds left, so they're gonna have to make a move soon. And it's, you see, Azura does get a couple hits, but Luca does get the killing blow, and they're gonna start planting the diffuser. Although Luca does go down, so it's just 3 left for the Pioneers, with Azura very low in health. And she's going to get gas and has to back away, but she is in single digits health.
15 seconds.
Going in a little too early, Spook's not dissipating.
Yeah.
Last operator standing. We have been eliminated.
After getting 2 frags and... Ankit. I'll say Ankit. And the last one off.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to get over there and just didn't realize that the gas hasn't completely dissipated, as you said, and that finished her off, unfortunately. We're already seeing Azura's going to switch to the Ying, thinking maybe the IQ didn't help too much.
I feel like Ying, to me, is a good operator, but she's not picked as much as I think I'd like her to be. Because she has a flashbang that has a timer on it, so you can manipulate when it goes off, and it covers more area.
We need to locate a bomb.
Okay.
So
you think she's pretty underrated right now?
I think. Then again, I haven't, other than these matches, I haven't been watching a whole lot of Rainbow lately.
To be fair, I haven't either, so I have no idea what the pros use. I mean, I follow them on Twitter, but that's about all I do. Speaking of that, shameless plug. So if you want to find the latest updates of what goes on with Marietta Esports, you can follow us on our Twitter at Marietta Esports. Or if you want to, you can also follow on Instagram or Facebook at the same name.
5 seconds before insertion. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Round 2 has begun, and We'll see if Marietta makes any adjustments to their strategy besides their composition.
I will say, between the two teams, Marietta's white team definitely is more cautious of spawn peekers than blue team is.
Yeah, it's almost like the blue team does not expect that to happen. But yeah, the white team is definitely more aware of it, so they try to avoid it.
Oh no, I just yawned. That's no, I can't be late.
I mean, it's like 9. I think as you get older, you get tired more easily.
True.
I think that is very true.
There's a lot of work to be done in college.
That's true. You see the gunshots. Taking out one gadget.
Getting sucked up by Wamai, but I think that Wamai actually helped her in that case.
User is no longer in your possession.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Justify an accidental team kill onto Rico. But Luca does get a kill on the SpaghettiOs, but now 2 for the Pioneers are down, and Azura is going to get knocked down. Well, thought she was getting knocked down, but she took some hits. But she's the only one that's actually left.
She is definitely surrounded.
Yep.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
I don't... See, I want to say callouts for the final kill, but when you have the name Asian Duck Eater, I don't know what to reference you by.
Yeah, I think we'll just call him Duck.
Duck, I guess.
I think that's the safest of the 3 words.
I will, yeah. I will say, I wish I got a better look at the names on. Well, I got a good name of our side on here, but of the enemy team, I'd like a better look.
Yeah, hard to tell. And I don't have a roster in front of me, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing about having to stream it in this fashion is that we don't get to see, we don't get to pull up our own little tab and see how everyone's doing.
Right, like, it'd be nice to see like what's the KDA, who's got the most frags. We could see pre-game positioning, but we got to follow the Collegiate R6 rules. So just as a reminder, the rules say that if there is an observer, the observer cannot be in the same building as any of the participants. So since our broadcasting station is literally just like 5 feet away from all the other players, we cannot do the observer. Even though it's technically a room within a room, it's still in the same building. I guess there has been some instances from other schools last year who had a facility set up very similar to ours, where all they did is they observed and they just told their teammates where everyone was. And I mean, that's no fun. You may think it's fun to do that, but it's poor sportsmanship. It's uncalled for. So I can see why Collegiate R6 made those rules, and we're going to respect those rules.
I will say, the setup very much is a closet inside of a room. This is a streaming closet.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the coach's office, but turned it into a broadcasting room because we needed that. And I have an office on the other side of campus, so I don't need 2 offices.
And I kind of wish I had my own office
Already active.
already.
You will someday. It'll be a classroom.
Yeah. Gosh. Alright. Let's say Marietta is getting inside the buildings quicker. Granted, they're holding downstairs and we're on top. Ooh. Willow getting a pick on Azura.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, she did not see that coming.
Justified running out their Jaeger. Seems like Ohio State has 2 roamers on the top floor. which I've said this about both. I think both of our R6 teams. Neither of them really have a designated roamer. Majority of the defensive rounds, they're all on point together.
Well, I somewhat disagree with it. Although Rico does get a frag on not Ankit.
Yeah, I think
Ankit, but
Ankit.
Sith Jedi from the blue team usually does a lot of roaming. I don't think he was at the last week's match though. I think he was doing stuff in baseball, so that might be why. I think he's the only roamer on the blue team. And we see Luca actually taking a frag onto someone from Ohio State.
I think entry placement. Duck. Don gets stuck. Ooh, Willow going out and getting Luca though.
So it is a 3v2. Well, technically 2.5 versus 2. But Marietta only has 33 seconds left, so they're going to have to finish off the rest of the Buckeyes if they want to take the round or plant the diffuser. We're going to see Rico go down.
15 seconds.
So they're running out of time. They're going to have to plant.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Willow getting off Chug.
5 seconds remaining.
It's figured he was finishing off Justify.
Friendlies.
That is unfortunate. Alright, I gotta be right back. 1 minute.
Alright.
Yep. So take over.
I'll do my best. Oh, and 3 currently. Once again, I wish I could see the scores. I just seeing who's doing the most on each team, which players need to bump it up a little bit and be able to help support the team. Once again, IQ pick. That's just odd to me.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Because a lot of time it's not the problem is not seeing gadgets, it's having to deal with them. And I believe that they had Kaid and Bandit, which both of those are fairly simple to find. Bandit easier than Kaid, but they can't deal with it as well as they would want to. Maverick, who is still a free pick, would be an easier solution of getting. Well, Maverick's also it's more of a window than a solution because he makes tiny peeks that the defenders can use back at you.
Your way to its location and defuse it.
And so, yeah, I think he's very situational. Once again, checking for spawn peaks, just in case they happen.
Loading mag.
Just have Ohio State defending bedrooms.
RAD active. If it runs on batteries, I'll see it.
This video is getting off Goji. Very distant from his teammates. Luca has found a fight with someone. Being very low on HP. Ooh, Duck getting a pick on Dawn. Okay. Currently a 3v5 situation for Marietta with minute 20 left. Zero seeing someone and a few hits off. Getting a little thirsty in for the kill though, and getting off a zero. Killing off. So it's Rico and Justify left. Less than a minute to plant or kill team of 5.
Drone activated.
We'll say it's not impossible, but it is troublesome.
Down to one
And
friendly.
getting the pick off Rico. Less than 30 seconds for Marietta. Just by getting into a fight.
15 seconds left. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Entry getting the kill on Justify just last second. I will say, Ohio State, very, very into roaming. It seems that they have one, maybe two on point, and everyone else is in different nooks and crannies, defending from different points of the map. A little bit change. Ooh. Wait. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Because of the current ranked rules for Collegiate R6, 0 is not supposed to be played
We need to
because he
locate
is
a
from the
bomb.
new season, and I think those rules either get lifted on the they either get lifted on the next season or at some point further down in the season. I'm not sure on that particular rule, but I know that that's yeah, they're gonna take. I think Marriott's gonna take one of their rehosts to restart that one.
Op 4 last operator standing. Op 4 neutralized. Mission
So they're gonna have to set that back up. Marietta on attack, 0-4. Ohio State on defense. Yeah, that's each team has, I believe, 2 rehosts per match, so the entirety of it, and so that's Marietta's first rehost. So I don't know if if Justified didn't know about that rule or what. But they had to send a rehost to reset that. I would put it on a break for the minute or two. This is gonna get set up, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not touching Matt's stuff, so it's there shouldn't be any connection issues, so there shouldn't be any need for another rehost. But it's kind of unfortunate that it had to be used in that way. Yeah, it's gonna take them a couple minutes to get set up. Well, I don't have any plugs that Matt hasn't said other than the esports program is a growing program. And if anyone is interested in joining any of the teams or possibly making a new team, as long as there are enough people, those things can be made. I know some people have wanted a Valorant team. I do enjoy that game. Overwatch could use a. I'm on the Overwatch team. It could use a couple more players. we could you which that can be you can be a sub, you can try to play full time. It just depends on what our coach wants in at the time, because we have a coach other than that that helps us get games together and everything. But which I believe the Saturday is a recruitment thing, but that's for non college students. Those are people potentially coming here. So, hey, which that's always a good thing. If you see you're around, be friendly face during Saturday. See any potential pioneers. Well, I thank everyone being here that is here at almost 9:30. Yeah, kind of lightens certain aspects, so it's also early for other aspects. For all you that have an 8 a.m. class tomorrow, I apologize. I do too. No one's fault. It just happens. See, it almost got it back to being set up. Waiting on Justify to get back in. And there he is. Let's see. It looks like it's back on Oregon.
Ready.
Let's see. They got everything set up correctly. Marietta is on attack. It is round 5 on 4. All right. All right. So yep. Now we're back in it. Like I said, the one ready host is used up, so now they only have 1 left. With Ohio State solving 2, going similar lineup than what they had before. Ohio State now running a pulse. As they're seeing that pulse and switching over to the IQ to try to see him, take care of him better. Well, I've done the best I can because I couldn't.
To locate a bomb.
You good?
Yeah, I didn't know how to put on the brakes and stuff, so they had to rehost actually, because Justify on our team picked 0 and he's not allowed currently in Collegiate R6.
Okay.
So Marietta had to use one of their 2 rehosts.
Okay.
But other than that,
Your drone has found a bomb.
the score speaks for itself.
Okay.
But yeah,
Insertion in 10 seconds.
holding basement.
5 seconds to insertion.
Marietta's gonna bring it thermite.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location.
Yeah, the only thing about Thermite is they've been running Kaid and Bandit for the most part, and there's no Thatcher's banned.
Right.
He
Got to
was
get
the
that
first man.
vertical play.
Yep.
They
That's-
did bring a Sludge in as Sophia, which could help. They brought an IQ.
Yeah, that last one's a pulse.
Definitely
I
gonna help.
believe.
Yeah, definitely gonna help.
Yeah, which they picked IQ on a lot, but this is the first time they've actually had a pulse.
Okay.
And me and Matt have talked several times about IQ being a very situational character.
Definitely, yeah. But if they are running a lot of pulse and a lot of echo, maybe even Valkyrie, definitely good to bring an IQ
Oh yeah.
just to get rid of those cams before they cause too much trouble.
Backing off from that angle, they're going to go through hatch. There are shots going off.
He does see the pulse with the IQ scanner as well.
Yeah, the thing about how we're have to record a certain way, we can only spectate from one person's point of view currently. And...
Yeah, it definitely does hinder the commentators.
Ooh, Duck getting Luca.
They did get the freezer wall open. Goji does get the pick. We're seeing the IQ push up through laundry now. He's getting shots fired onto him. Can't seem to find him. The double kill from Ohio leaves it into a 4v2.
It's yeah, that's the thing we have to do with when the commentating is getting angles like that. Spirios getting
Putting
Rico.
Goji into a 1v4.
seconds remaining.
10 seconds on the clock, and he'll fall.
Spirios getting the last kill as well.
Yeah, whenever the blue team's playing, I know that like you guys are watching me. I try to get like whenever I die, I try to stay off cams and like just sit on people so that way you guys have something to talk about.
Yeah, it's a little. Usually with blue team we have the two computers out here, so it's they're right next to each other. We can swap back and forth.
Yeah.
But this one we currently only have one set up, so.
Looking like the same operator composition. Gonna bring a Blackbeard this time instead of the IQ.
The defense looks a little more trap heavy.
Definitely going for the area denial with the Legion and the smoke. And the Capcan even. And then wall denial, of course.
I
Looking
will
at the sixth
say
pick from Justify.
an Ash into
A buck, not bad. Getting the vertical play on the wall denial.
Ooh, Junk's one of my favorites. But yeah, shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's right. Ohio State have been playing. They're more roamy in general. They usually have one or two, maybe two on point, while everyone else is kind of spread out. And from what I've watched, commentating over these R6 matches, is that both Marietta teams are both glued to the points.
Yes,
There's not much roaming.
10 seconds.
I know. I can't remember her actual name, but Sith Jedi.
Yeah, he's one of our main roamers. Yeah. We usually like to have it one, maybe two roamers, but we definitely like to hold our angles on site. Our team captain, he always says like angles win. So like,
Yeah.
you know, we like to really load up the point, make sure we're doing what we're doing. We always like to bring a lot of heavy guys, some three armors like Rook. We have a player named Boba. He always likes to run Rook.
We'll be able to watch more of white team's defense with this match. But Ohio State, they're doing more of they're couple roamers, but they're more spread out. They're not all stuck to point, which makes it a little easier for them to where if Marietta does get on point, it's a good pincer. They can come at it from all sides. So that is one worry. Is there a hearing someone?
Looks like they are going to get that small tower control. Or they're at least working on it. They got the buck up there to get rid of the wall denial. Azura with the pick. He's going to be taking side control now.
Ooh, another pick on SpaghettiOs. Blackbeard's a character you just gotta go in and pick. Another one on entry.
She is taking this site by herself. Looks like we are going to get that wall getting opened up. The Valkyrie causing some problems over in blue hallway.
I'm very worried about if they were shooting at an enemy or shooting at Azura thinking it was an enemy.
Okay, she is going to get taken out from the bandit.
leaving him half though.
Leaving him half. Very winnable for Marietta here. They could get a plant down.
Justify getting
Justify
duck.
with the pick. Leaving it to a 3v1. We see Rico going to get the plant down here. And Marietta takes the round.
And Luca getting eliminated. Nice. That definitely a better played round for Marietta, especially with Azura getting the 3K, just going to point.
Absolutely, just took that point, yes.
You're doing great if you want to keep doing it. A lot more informative than me. That's up to you, though.
I'll finish it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care too.
Oh yeah, they did have to use one of their rehosts though.
Okay.
Because Justify picked 0.
And you can't pick 0.
Yeah. So they had to use one of theirs. So I thought I'd tell you at least that part.
Okay.
That's a mixture of characters for me.
The Caveira is definitely something you don't see a lot, but if she works, she definitely works. If she can get an interrogation off, that can definitely win rounds. Looking at the double nade denial and the castle.
Yeah,
Secure the bombs.
yeah. When it comes to these matches, Azura tends to be the one that tries to roam more.
Mhm.
But I know their last match. I talked to her afterward about it because I'm on her Overwatch team as well, and so that last match did not go as well with it. I think it had to do something with comms. No one was kind of focused or doing callouts on where people were, so she was just kind of still staying near towards point.
That definitely hurts your roamers. If you have no sights on enemies or if you have no idea what's going on,
10
nobody's on cams, nobody's watching, it definitely hurts the roamers not knowing where anybody is.
5 seconds.
So hopefully it goes better this match than it did for the last one. And the tarot is good just for information, or if you play it right,
Get a couple
can
picks
wipe
off,
out the
yeah.
team pretty quickly afterward.
It's all down to if she gets the interrogation, though. That's why IQ is such, or not IQ. That's why Caveira is such a toss-up here. He is gonna spot somebody garage. They still haven't seen her yet. Gonna put the silent step on drop.
Ooh.
SpaghettiOs is gonna find her.
Jordan was saw her out of the corner of the eye. And we've come to wall. There we go. Everyone else, for the most part, holding on point. Got a Nomad. Nomad has always been a fun pick in my mind.
You can definitely do a lot of different things with her. And she's probably the best operator at covering the flanks as well. Sounds like Ace is getting into the objective. They're opening up the freezer wall. SpaghettiOs with another pick on the Luca. Justify with the pick. Onto the Ash. They're smoking off freezer. Looks like they're going to try to get a push in through there.
That ace breach is huge for Ohio State, though. That gives them
That
a
gives
better
them
way into
yeah,
point.
that gives them complete control of A side.
Be advised. Op 4
Okay, we're looking at the ace inside A now.
Ooh,
The
Duck
no-
getting the pick on Goji.
one friendly
We
remaining.
could go
Leading
down
it
the
down to
willow.
Justify on a 1v4. Ace does get the bomb down. Picked off by
All
the side.
friendlies were eliminated. Mission failed.
Yeah, that bomb plant really then it urges, and you think a little less careful once
Yeah.
that you hear that timer go
Definitely
off.
tell from experience. As soon as you start hearing that beeping, you gotta go. You gotta. Your mind is telling you there's no time to waste. You gotta go, especially in situations like that where there's 4 people still alive.
Button on top of my hat was being smashed into my head by my headset. to take that out. All right, let's see. That's more closer than possible. 2 roamers now. Taking down. It's just 1 anti-grenade and storing the castle. Which I can't say for sure how well Castle did or did not work that last round.
Well, the problem was he cut off most of Pillar, but they attacked from Freezer.
Yes.
So the castle redeemed useless, but if they would have pushed from Pillar, it definitely would have stopped them up a little bit. Stopping that white stairs push is also going to be very important.
Castle for sure is block off the side of point you don't want them coming from because they'll take a pause looking at it.
You're gonna play on your weaknesses with Castle. You're just gonna cover them up. They're not gonna be able to touch you. They're gonna have to put some effort into getting that castle barricade down. And by the time they do, you'll tell your roamers they're there, and then everybody on site will already be ready for them to come.
Then again, it didn't seem like they had too much anti-breach on the cooler wall.
That is true. Yep. They did have the bandit. I don't think he had his charges on that wall though. The last round.
Which I'll say one thing: I have not seen a lot of Twitch in a while.
Twitch is she's rare because she got a recoil nerf, and it's really hard to control her.
No, that thing was already pretty bad.
Yeah, and, and they nerfed her drone. It only has 3 shocks now, and but it recharges kind of like Legion mods.
Okay, yeah, I was still around for that, but the recoil, I was not. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, Zura getting trapped
Rico
with the
with
jackal.
the pick onto Spaghetti.
Zura's having to be careful with how she plays now. Plenty of footsteps around her.
Another thing with Kids Dorms is you've got to stop that tower push, and I think that's what they want Azura on when she's playing on that side of the map, because as soon as they get that attic control, they can just flood onto site.
Op 4 found a bomb. You must defend it. Op 4 has located a bomb. You know what to do.
That's rainbow timing right there with not getting a Zura.
Never fails. Does bring it to a 4v4 though. Still a very even round. Rico getting picked off by the ace here.
About a minute left on the clock.
They haven't gotten any walls open yet, which is really good. You really want to run that clock down on them. Willow with the pick on the Goji, leaving it to a 2v4. Zofia is going to start pushing Justify in the attic here.
1 friendly remaining. Mission failed.
And duck
All
cutting
friendlies have been neutralized.
It seemed at first, I don't know if it's just because of perspective or what, but it seemed like Ohio wasn't pushing as hard as they have been for both offense and defense. But then at that last, well, I will say they didn't wait until less than 30 seconds to go ahead and finish off the push, but
They did. It was a very late push. It also could have been to the fact that they did have the bandits on the attic wall and on the games wall, and they had the castles up, which could have been slowing them down.
Yeah.
Both with Rico and Azura both roaming, definitely put a halter. And pushing.
I mean, castle can harm defense sometimes just as much
Oh
as it
yeah,
can
getting back to
offense.
site with a castle barricade. You're really going to be wanting an impact nade if you're trying to get back into site quick.
Yeah, and well, the problem with that is also the noise you make in the process.
They know you're coming once you bring that castle down.
Currently 1-0 for the entire match in its scale. That was a 1-7 loss.
I think so, yes.
Now we're going to Clubhouse with Marietta defending first. Let's see what bans there are. That's your right again?
Of course. Yeah.
Which I believe it was Ohio State on defense first that banned Thatcher first. So it just seems to me whoever's on defense has the upper hand if Thatcher's banned.
Yes.
But once you get back to offense, you're like, why did we do this?
It's always scary. Even after his rework, Thatcher is just still a very powerful operator. I mean, completely just shutting down. I mean, basically just negating whatever wall denial operator you have.
And Jackal. Let's say, I know they will be running Cav because that's what Azura seems to be playing the most on defense, and Jackal is very scary for that. Because last time I played this game competitively, it was Jackal and Cav being banned every time.
Back when they first introduced the operator bans, it was just the same 4 operators every time. It was Jackal, Blitz, Echo, and either Clash or Kavera.
Banning the Mira again. I will say on some points for this map, Mira is good, but I wouldn't say she's as good as she is on Oregon.
Definitely interesting seeing the Mira ban on Clubhouse.
And then Valk. With
Not too happy about the Valk ban.
no. And they're on attack, so. Oh yeah, these are because some of these, I will say for all of the esports teams, are console players turned to PC, which is me for one. I'm one of them, but seeing Azura only having 3 operators to choose from, that really limits team composition.
Especially, she only has the year 1 operators, which aren't really the most tactical. I mean, it does bring, you have Buck, and of course you have Buck and Echo, Habana, some of the really S tier operators from year 1. But that also comes with Frost and kind of the less lacking heroes like Kavera. She's a trade-off. It just really depends if you're going to get that interrogation off. And only having the year 1 operators definitely does hurt.
I would say when I do choose Rainbow as my game to play, which is not too often, I'm not seeing as much Cab anymore. Twitch. I'm honestly seeing mostly. What year is it currently?
It is year 4. Or no, it is year 5.
Yeah. I'm mostly seeing year 4 operators and like base game operators anymore.
The year 4 operators came really strong. Ace and Malusi completely rocked the game when they came in. Nobody was expecting the 3rd hard breacher, and then the Malusi, that gadget just is really powerful.
Well, on top of that, they gave everyone a little mini one that just
the
beeps.
The proximity alarms, yeah. And a lot I haven't seen, which I thought was going to be effective, was the secondary hard breach device. They gave it to the operators that were kind of lacking. They gave it to like Ying, Knock.
I was very surprised when they added that.
And I like to run it with Capital. Even if we usually do bring an Ace, but if you run it with a Capital, maybe get like a backline open that they weren't expecting. Azura is going to does hear somebody breaking open the stock window.
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
Is that a Cali?
Yep, the Cali is going to down Justify there.
Cali is always an odd pick for me.
You have to have some pretty precise aim to play a Cali. Rico with the pick on the spaghetti. Looks like Justify is going to get the revive off. Azura is going to pick off Asian Duck Eater.
Oh, Jaeger's looking low on our side, but Marietta is up pretty much 5-3. Okay, I
Callie is
scratched
going to finish
that.
off the Jaeger there, making it a 4v3.
Op 4 found a bomb. You must defend it.
But from what I can remember from last map, though, ooh, Rico getting off and kit. Last map, Entry was one of their top fraggers from what I remember from last map, and he played Smoke a lot, and which is a good anchor. So I'm kind of curious as to why he went to Cali on attack. I don't really see those two reflecting each other. Last 30 seconds, still a 4v2. 3v2.
Entry with the pick on the Rico, but if Smoke plays this right, he can completely cut off sight, winning them the round. Looks like they are going to come from Garage.
Down to 15 seconds.
Zura's look like she's about to get a flank. Luca with the trade, giving it to a 2v1.
5 seconds
You can
remaining.
Entry planting. I can hear him doing that.
The bomb diffuser successfully deployed.
So seeing him getting a few shots off.
Disable the diffuser. Friendly, last operator standing.
And
Mission failed.
did he ace that or did SpaghettiOs get a kill?
I think Spaghetti got Luca, or it might have been the other way around. It could have been an ace from Entry.
Hit tab.
Oh, I
dang.
think that was an ace.
That
from
was an
Entry.
ace. No, that's second game in a row I've commentated where opposing Marietta team aced round one, second map. So that is some odd chances for that happening. Going with.
Gonna
Okay,
try to hold
now
CCTV
Marietta's going
again.
for the stall, trying to do as slow as possible. Okay, I won't say as possible, but Ohio State keeping, I think, pretty much the same composition.
You might maybe see.
Protect the bombs.
Oh no, the 6-pick phase has already been through.
I will say, around when Ace and Lucy came out, that's roughly when I stopped playing, I think, for like a long time. So, to me, I don't know how they feel.
It's definitely intimidating having either of the operators against you. Ace is actually getting nerfed in the next in the mid-season reinforcements. So with instead of the 3 rectangles that he blows out, it's just gonna go down to 2, which is it's gonna be different because they're gonna be vault holes or crouch holes now instead of just being able to have a Monty go right through them.
Yeah.
Protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
But they still aren't making that many changes to Malusi, I don't think. I think they might be nerfing her gun a bit.
My excitement is going to be the rework that is done to Tachanka for next season.
Oh yeah, no, that's coming in the mid-season reinforcements.
Mid-season?
It'll be out in about a week, yeah. And he will be immediately playable in Collegiate too.
It'll be immediately?
Yep.
Oh,
unless
that's...
he has a glitch or is like really overpowered, kind of like Lion was when he first came out, he will be immediately playable.
Just to me, I think he should be just not allowed for a little while, like how they have the new ops for every
how
season.
Zero is.
Just because that's a whole new rework. Ooh,
Willow
Willow
getting
coming
the
with the
3Ks.
3K.
He is gonna take sight. Azura is gonna take him down.
Ugh.
One friendly
One
Giving it
v4
to Azura in
situation.
a 1v4. She does take out the Ash. Does see the ace trying to get the plant off on default. He is gonna get the ace. Entry is gonna take her down.
mission. All
Oh, so
friendlies
that
were eliminated.
I know we were kind of talking over most of that round still about potential for Collegiates, but ooh, that wasn't the worst round. Definitely Azura doing her best to clean up as much as possible, but Willow coming in right on the point, getting that 3K, that gave Ohio State a big push.
I'm gonna try switching it up, going to basement this time. Gonna bring a Goyo.
Goyo and Smoke. Did they have Smoke last round?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
They did bring a smoke. That's something you're always going to be seeing in Collegiate. Is you're always going to have either Jaeger or Mai, if not both, and a smoke.
And the Goyo for Kai. Yeah, I guess I did not really have a anti-breacher before that. They got the Maverick now instead of whatever they had. Or I can't remember how big it is. These rounds, to me, are going. It's very slow until the last minute.
Then the action really starts up.
Then there's just magically popping 3Ks out of nowhere. I, for one, prefer defense, so I like. I want to see more action on a defense than. I mean, I said it earlier. Marietta seems to play a little slower on both blue and white teams when it comes to defense. Saying there's nothing wrong with caution or heavy anchoring,
but you like to see the big plays.
Yeah. Either, I mean, I got a friend that still does a roaming dock.
Really?
Yeah.
With the recent site changes, even after the site changes, we're still seeing a lot of Doc and Rook getting played. Rook did get to keep the 2.0, at least. Doc did get bumped down to the 1.5. Definitely hurts his character a bit, but he's still very powerful. Can basically bring somebody at 0 health back up to a full new operator again.
Barricading the door. Setting the welcome mat. Swapping mags.
I think if I were honestly trying to like go back to playing this as much as I used to, I would need to see how all the guns feel again, because
it's almost complete. It's like a new game with the new sights.
They changed a lot of the guns, haven't they?
They gave almost every gun a new sight. There are still a few that got to keep the base sights.
Yeah.
But yeah, almost every gun did get new sights, and even most of them got the ACOG taken away. Spaghetti with the pick on the Goji here, and on the
Spaghetti is hitting 2 kills. Quick. Willow getting Luca. Ansa getting Azura. Currently a 1v5 for Rico. And she's getting him.
Failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
I don't know. I feel awkward talking about the potentials of Collegiate R6, and then we get back to gameplay after talking a minute about that, and then it's over by the time we get into it.
There's just been so many changes recently.
Every team that I've commentated over for Marietta R6, the opposing team has been very aggressive on attack, and I mean, I'm sure you noticed that. I can't remember all the colleges' names. I mean, I only applied for one college myself and got into it. So, but I don't know too many. I haven't done my research as much as I should. But like, some of those colleges, I think you guys even have been up against or up there.
We versed St. Clair last week. They're in Canada.
Oh yeah. And they're one of the more recognized esports.
Oh yeah, they are like one of the highest ranked in Canada, and yeah, they definitely gave us a run for our money last week.
Ready for company.
Be advised, a bomb location has been compromised.
I got a Mute and Kaid.
10 seconds to insertion.
It seems like they kind of have given up on the slow approach and are going a little more anti-breach. Has breaching really been the problem though these last couple matches?
The last few rounds,
Yeah.
it's just been fragging. It's just the Ash and the Sledge getting on the point really quickly, and just taking them out.
Yeah, I will say.
Just more catching them with their pants down early round, and then just leaving a couple stragglers behind.
But I think it's usually Willow. He'll get on the point, get 2 or 3, and then the rest come falling in. Which that's the thing with Rainbow. You gotta try to not get picked off.
You definitely have to be able to react. As soon as somebody gets picked, you got to be asking where, what happened, who was it.
I mean, you get picked off on defense, and that tells the attacking team, "Hey,
Yeah, hey, we're up 1. We need to, it's kind of like Overwatch. Like if you were to get like a pick, they're down a man, especially if it's like a healer or like a Reinhardt.
oh yeah."
And you gotta capitalize on that and take them over.
I mean, I could tell you about that all day. That's yeah, because also Overwatch is a lot quicker than Rainbow when it comes to the fights. And I won't say Rainbow as much as as much of a team fight game as Overwatch is either. I mean, there are some situations where it can be, but it's usually
it's more about getting your frags. Okay, Missouri getting crossfire here from the sledge, and somebody else gonna be trying to take over Cash.
They are.
They did get Azura off. They now have Cash and Workshop
Justify
control.
getting Willow.
Justify getting a refrag.
Yeah, that right there. See, the trade made it a little slower. They didn't all come crashing in at once. So yeah,
They do know they're coming from Workshop. There's about 2 or 3 over in Cash. Rico is gonna get picked from the Legend office. Looks like Justify did injure him.
just by taking the safe approach to this fight.
They did get that office wall open.
That gives them more like vision than you think it would.
Oh yeah, that can set up a lot of crossfires, especially if you have somebody outside on the windows. Does look like they did successfully hold Jacuzzi though, so they won't be getting sandwiched here. Justified does get picked by entry, leaving it to a 2v4.
One friendly operator remaining. Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Yeah, I have to say it's just when they are up, when they're up 2, they just go.
Yeah, it was a 2v4. I think they realized that and just relied on gun skill at that point.
I mean, sometimes on defense too, your options are is being backed into one corner, and if they know where you are, you gotta hope that you shoot first.
Sometimes not even that works. They just start pre-firing you and turn in the corner at the same time. Just nothing you can really do against that.
I'm really hoping to see a little bit of a more spread out defense, because for the most part they're all staying right on point.
Azura has been roaming, but I think it's just the lack of operators that she has is kind of hindering her. She does have that Caveira, but with them expecting the Caveira, I understand why she's been going Frost.
Yeah.
It did not bring any nade denial to this site though.
I mean, yeah, like no one's. I mean, they know they've been running Frost, so they're going to keep an eye out for that. But I've seen past games where there's not even a Frost on the defensive team, and yet people are still pre-firing down below.
The windows, yeah.
So like everyone's so used to it at this point that you just gotta hope one of them works. I think it's for most of the trap characters anymore, isn't it?
Legion is very powerful still, even after his nerf. But he's about the only one. The only trap operator that is really still powerful. Maybe with the recent reinforcement pool update, Capcan is kind of got a buff from that, because now instead of him having to stay the extra 10 seconds and put his reinforcements up, he can just go and get his Capcan traps really spread out around the map, which does kind of help his case a little.
Yeah, when I first played and learned about that, I was so happy.
Op 4
Yeah, I can't believe it took him that long. To
I
to
think
put in
one
the
of
game.
our first games that I played with my friends, I placed 8 walls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels incredible, but also still sad because I just placed 8 walls. I mean, I think that's a good job for any like Doc, Rook, or Smoke that are main
Definitely,
anchors.
And especially the ones that can't really use their gadgets in the
Yeah.
prep phase, like the Doc, the Smoke, Legion, Rook. I mean, he still has to put his down, but it only takes 2 to 3 seconds.
That's 2 seconds.
And then you can get your Vigils and your Caveira to the other side, to the basement where they need to be to catch the enemy by surprise. Justify is gonna get the pick off on Doc.
It is looking low, but currently Marietta's up. Ooh. And malfunction on the C4. Ooh, Sperio scanning out Luca. Bill getting Azura, and I believe I heard a plant. Or an attempt. Yep.
Has been successfully deployed. Friendly, last operator
A
standing.
1v4 situation, Justify being on low HP. Managing to
Yeah,
get
let's get
Willow,
some.
but entry getting Justify.
Mission failure.
Yeah, I would say I'm not a fan of the was it continental style army of rows and rows of people coming at each other. But when it's a situation like that, I mean, it's bound to work. Although I have seen times where
I've seen it backfire.
yeah, I've
definitely.
seen 4 people rush one guy, but he was too ready for it. He was expecting it.
Like
Ooh,
Ohio
a couple
State's-
different changes.
Ohio State's going to bring a blitz, but the defense does have a possibility to bring 3 nitro cells. Got some
Cam
nade
have
now.
both Nitro and Impact
He
too.
does, yeah, he does
Yeah.
have both. It's always a toss-up, just pretty much which objective you're on, which one you need to bring.
Castle and Cat Cam both will stop the blitz, hopefully. Those are good ways to do it.
Secure the
Maybe
bombs.
does Mute work with I've never actually tried that because that's never happened to me, but does the Mute Jammer stop the flash?
Yes, actually it
Okay.
does, but I mean he's got to be in the
That's
radius.
yeah,
the
that's very
thing.
situational for that to happen. I just randomly thought about it because I've never seen that happen before. But I guess it's possible.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds left.
Just thinking about how Azura is limited with characters makes you wonder how many operators other members of her team can use. And
I know that Goji is a newer player, so he is probably limited on his ops. Justify and Luca came over from console, so they know their ops. It's just the fact that they don't own them yet. I know Luca has most of them, and I think Justify has most if not all of the vanilla ops.
my thing is, I am hoping that they planned it out to where not everyone has the same operators.
Right.
Because if everyone has the same operators, then you're not going to have a very diverse team when it comes to having to actually
You're not
pick
gonna be
them.
able to surprise them.
I don't know, maybe sometimes someone else taking over a certain role is better.
Switching roles can help, definitely. From a roamer to an anchor, or even just from a hard breach denial to a nade denial.
Zura getting in the gunfight. Bring her down to half.
I think he was going to push in the workshop and get Azura down, but not out.
A little bit of pre-fire on her. Entry getting off Goji. Luca getting Anik. Okay, I give up. Entry for Nation Officer. So we're currently at 3v4.
Found a bomb. You must defend it.
They are gonna spot the ash on the windows.
Ooh, still gonna pick on
Taking out
Luca.
Luca.
One friendly remaining. Mission
Entry
failed.
coming in
All
and
friendlies were eliminated.
having the courage to rush in and be able to have the better gunfights in those situations. Ooh, they were next to each other too. That's rough. Match
Marietta
point
on attack
currently.
now.
Match point currently with the rounds being swapped. Hopefully Marietta has better luck on the attack. Ooh, who is at the top of their team?
Entry with 14 kills.
Entry, yeah. I think it's him and Willow. They're the ones that get 2 or 3 picks.
The entries, yeah.
And go in.
They've been playing a lot of Sledge and Zofia. Definitely, like just getting in that objective, picking who they can.
I've seen Marietta pick this on attack a lot on the last map. They got the very quick breaching setup, but I don't feel like they utilize it as much as Ohio State.
They don't have much to back it up. They don't have anybody to help them really get the plant down either, which could be hurtful. A good Capitao gridlock, maybe even a Monty or a Blitz to help protect, even putting the bomb down and protecting the diffuser once it's down can definitely help. The Zofia can help with her stun charges. But other than that, that's about it. But they are having a setup to where they are going to be getting that wall open, which is always good.
Oh, that was just an alt tab, I think. Okay, we're good.
Proceed to location and defuse it.
Just really hoping that wasn't the rainbow crashing from that computer. Yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people want to see a rehost for potentially just 1 round. But we're going to hope Marietta pulls it out. It's on attack. It's a new perspective.
Scanning.
Crazier things have been done.
I mean, I know blue team's had some close, dangerous games.
Definitely, our first match was definitely a nail biter.
You located a bomb.
So it looks like they are working to open up that CC wall. It's all about maybe getting the Zofia or the Ash down low. Maybe get some vertical play on it. Get rid of the Cade devices.
Yeah, it's the not having thermite, which once again was a Marietta pick on this map, and now they have to suffer the consequences of not having that. Which I've always said Maverick is a decent alternative to it.
But it takes a long time, and it's very dangerous.
Yes.
There is
Is there a
gonna
good pick
pick
on
off
Doc?
Doc.
Currently 4v4.
He does see the ping on somebody in garage. Are you gonna capitalize on that? Looks like she's gonna try to.
Setting charge.
This
Good
video
game.
is getting Rico. Now, is there a way to push this? Oh, never mind.
There is no
Yeah.
longer
Zura
in
does
possession.
drop the diffuser,
He was down low.
leaving it to a 2v4 Luca and Justify. Luca does get the pick on Enic. And Kit, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that pushing garage from below is a very dangerous idea.
It's win or lose in that situation. Looks like Willow and Spaghetti are gonna pick the last 2.
Willow getting Luke, good Spaghettios getting Justify. Everyone getting their GGs. Well, that's best of 3. That's it for that match. That map being 0-7. So for Marietta's R6 white team, that was an 0-2 score. Definitely a rougher loss than the past couple of games.
You have to consider that they are playing against Ohio State.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
I mean, keep that in mind. And even though it's not Ohio State's A team, they still have a very good esports program. I don't know if you've seen their facility, but I think they practically have an entire floor dedicated to esports.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
insane how much they've invested into it. So just being able to attract first of all, when you have like tens of thousands of students, the odds of putting together 5 really good Rainbow Six players,
Of course, yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, what do they have, like, was it 60,000 students, something like that?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, 60,000 students versus 1,000 here. So, gotta keep that in mind. But they were able to take a round with them, and I think you mentioned earlier that I think part of it is they're all still relatively new at the PC version of the game.
Yeah.
So they are probably going to be limited in ops. I know Azure is not the only one that was limited. I think when we were first practicing earlier this semester, Goji Rex had to use recruits because he was still saving up to buy ops.
I do remember that.
So it's going to take some time. I mean, last year our current B team, they were in a similar position where they were getting their feet on the ground and getting a better understanding with it. And now they're doing much better this year. So this is just going to be a good learning experience for the white team.
And they did even take a round on them, which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Referring back to last week when we played St. Clair, we took 3 rounds on them. We were just happy for that. And we've gone back and rewatched it, figure out what we did wrong.
Yeah, so nothing to be ashamed of.
Definitely a learning experience.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, so that's going to be it for us today. So I want to thank our commentators, Quentin, who's been very faithful with helping with commentating Rainbow Six. And then a special thank you to Aaron Crum, as you guys know in chat as Spoon, for help filling in as I had to go adult for a little bit. So thank you guys for the commentary. So if you enjoyed watching Rainbow Six, I got some news for you. We have not one more game today. We're done for today. But we do have another one tomorrow as our blue team will go up against Florida Polytechnic University. So that should be an exciting match. So please be sure to come back tomorrow at 8:30. So from all of us here, thank you for watching and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.